welcome Nick Daniels.
But you want to hear something that life goes is. Say goodbye and sincere. I'm gonna give all my secrets away.
Your range of movement is endless.
Excellent.
It's endless. And I'm like, whoa, he can do anything with his body. But the parts that I like the most, that I connected to the most, when you just get lost control, you feel that stuff.
Thank you.
I was
Hello.
gonna make you do your little salsa move before you sat down because
Well,
you did it on the show. It was awesome.
What I'm into is off-time dancing. You know what I mean? Where you just like you can't find the beat. It's really weird and satisfying. So try it.
That was super satisfying. I'm
Thank
not gonna lie. Welcome back to Build. We're so happy to have you again.
Thank you for having me.
But this time
Appreciate
you're
it.
solo. You're usually here with your sister.
I'm here with I'm flying solo, guys. Hey guys, what's up? Hey baby, how are you?
Aw. This show is so fun and awesome. It
Yes.
premiered last week.
You did.
Tell us about how you got involved and how exciting this is.
Well, for me, I was approached by the producers, and they showed me kind of a sizzle of what they were thinking about, and I'm just really excited about dance. I love dance, clearly, and
You hate it.
dancing's cool. And so for me, the idea of creating a show that is going to give a platform to some amazing, incredible dancers and choreographers out there in groups, soloists, duets, trios, kids, adults, and from all over the world just excited me as a fan. And so I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. And the show is so fast and moving and exciting and again, just some incredible dancing. So the producers approached me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it and to be a judge. And at first I'm like, am I a judge? You know, because I've competed my whole life since I was like 12 years old. I've been, competing all around the world, but it actually felt quite natural because being a teacher, being a mentor in the studio, that's what you're doing. You're analyzing, and you're trying to make it better, and you give critiques. And so that's kind of the same thing. Now I'm just doing it, in a suit behind a desk. So yeah.
Yeah, was it weird for you to hop behind the desk and judge other people when you've been judged so much?
It
You've
felt
been
pretty
so
natural.
judged.
I'm so judged all the time, but by all of you. No, it felt really natural. It felt really good. In fact, the first day of filming, I looked to Jennifer and to Neo, and I was like, "Does it feel like we've been doing this for a long time?" And they're like, "Yeah, it feels really good. It feels like it's flowing really well. Like we've been doing this forever." And it was the first day, so that was a good sign. We're like, okay. It feels good. The chemistry's good. The energy's good. So hopefully we got a good show on our hands, and it looks like we do. So I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, just name drop Jennifer there, and Neo.
J-Lo. I actually asked her that the first day. I'm like, what do I call you? Do I call you Jennifer, J-Lo, Jenny?
From the block.
From the block? Like, what do I? And yeah, I don't know. I just started calling her J-Lo, and I'm not sure if she likes it or not. She doesn't really comment. She doesn't answer to it, but I just like, J-Lo.
As long as you don't pull a Leo and call her Boo or whatever he did on Carpool Karaoke. Did you not hear this?
No, what happened?
So on Carpool Karaoke, James Corden asked her, who's the most famous person in your phone? I want you to text him. And she said, I think it's Leonardo DiCaprio. So she texted him, hey, I'm looking to go out tonight. Let loose. And he texted her back, hey, boo. Hey, boo-boo.
That's awesome.
You guys know this, right? It's so
That's
great.
amazing.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Club-wise, boo-boo?
I call her Bae, but that's cool. No,
Do you call Neo Bae, too?
you know what's funny about Neo is that he is a goofball. Me and him, we just goofed around a lot backstage, which was interesting because he's just so cool, and he sings about all this like really cool stuff, and he's an amazing artist. And then getting to know him, I was just like, a fellow dork. This is great. Nice. This is wonderful.
Is it cool for you guys, since you're all from kind of different styles of dance? What's it like behind the table when you're judging? Because you guys have a lot of different categories that you have to do.
Yeah, well, one thing that's great about the show is that we have this, judging system, a rubric, if you will, and it breaks it down to performance, technique, creativity, all these different things. So we are really able to break down the performances and to kind of justify them, essentially, and to score them accordingly. And as a competitor, I love that, because I love to look back and be like, okay, what do I need to work on specifically? Not just sort of a general comment. So it's good. Yeah, we like different things. There's definitely some times when I'm in mega disagreement with the other two, and I'm pretty strong about it, in my opinion. So we'll see how that plays out.
Is that for like the ballroom stuff that they're not really like?
No,
keen
you know what's
to?
actually funny? I'm actually tougher when it comes to the ballroom stuff because I think I expect a little bit more. But no, it's interesting. It's interesting. There's definitely some little.
Are you the Simon Cowell of
No,
World of
no.
Dance?
I would say Neo is more than I am. I'd say yeah, he's pretty tough. But I definitely have a lot of compassion because I think what breaks my heart is when I see somebody mess up and it's clear that they mess up and you're like, oh, because I know that feeling of that you've just aced it. You know, you've aced it. You've practiced it. You've been in rehearsals. You've been perfect, and then on the night. I know what that feels like when you mess up, you make a mistake, you forget, you go blank or you trip, and you're like, but I know I can do this. I can do this perfectly, but when it counts, you mess up, and it breaks my heart. But you have to call them out on it, unfortunately. But yeah, that part breaks my heart, definitely.
We didn't see any calling out yet. We've seen like 5 acts. I saw some cloggers. That was cool. What's been your favorite act?
So far, the first episode,
yeah.
I mean, they all were so good.
Little girl who like touched her foot on. her
Right?
head.
I just, oh man, I'll never know what that will ever feel like. I'm sure you
Maybe
all
that's a
can.
good thing.
I'm sure you all can relate to that. I have no flexibility. Kinjas were amazing. They're like it's like watching a movie. Keone and Mari, I love to death. They're just like so sweet and creative and smart and intelligent choreographers. And the twins are
They're ridiculous.
they're like aliens. That's what they are. They're like aliens. The way they like move, it's just otherworldly. It's incredible.
Bodies are just being twins.
Yeah.
They mimic each other so well. It's creepy to
They
watch.
finish each other's sandwiches. Oh wait, no.
I'm not Julianne over here.
Come on,
You
get
guys aren't twins.
No, we're not. But
Are you older or younger?
I'm older.
Oh,
I'm older.
older brother.
Yeah.
What's it like? Don't you have a bunch of sisters?
I do. I got 4 sisters, and they're.
What's that like?
It's great. No, I call them my beautiful hurricane. Because when they get together, they have more energy. They're dancing around, turning, knocking down lamps, doing catwalks for no reason, just like dun, 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 dun. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, like watching the kids because there are nieces and nephews running around. It's amazing. It's great. You know, I've literally been surrounded by women my entire life, from working with them, dancing with them, teaching them, and living with them. So it's good. And I'm excited to have more guys in my life as well. Because
Yeah, you're gonna have a brother-in-law.
Yeah, that's
soon,
right.
right?
Julianne's getting married soon.
Julianne's wedding.
all right, what's going on?
I'm waiting for my invitation. That's what I'm saying.
No, I
that's
am your
very
invitation.
exciting.
We're going together.
Yes, I will totally go.
Actually, speaking of which, Jenna reminds me so much of my sister Mary Beth. Like I call her
All
my
your
brunette.
sisters dancers too.
Yeah, they dance. Julie and I made it into a profession, and we're professional dancers, and do it for a living. But yeah, they're all performers, and that's why I call them my beautiful hurricane. Because when they get together, it's like a show, and it's just crazy and wild and amazing. But Mary Beth, my sister, and Jenna are have the same mannerisms, the same energy, the same way they move their body, and hey guys, and huh.
Are you just like, whoa?
Oh, I FaceTime my sister. I was like, hey, meet your brunette twin. Like, this is you.
Jenna's great as a host. It's cool to see her in this position because she's also a dancer as well.
She is, and she's a great dancer. We actually we danced all together for a promo, and we were actually at Jennifer's house in this awesome dance studio up in this forest. I don't know where we were. It literally was in a forest. I'm like, where are we going? This is amazing. And we rehearsed there, and we all danced together, and it was so fun. It was so good, and Jen and I danced together, and she's a great partner. She's amazing.
Are you guys gonna dance on the show?
Who knows? We'll see.
Oh,
We'll
that'd
see.
be fun.
Maybe season 2. You know what I mean? No.
Going back to your sister Julianne, she's a judge on Dancing with the Stars. Did she give you some advice on how to be critical?
Not really. I mean, the truth is that being a judge, you just got to be yourself. You've been asked to be a judge for a reason, because of your expertise and your experience, And I was pretty confident in my experience I've had in my life and competing for most of my life and being judged most of my life. So yeah, I think it's just really just being yourself. You know, I think that's the main thing.
And you're how many mirror ball trophies did you win on Dancing with the Stars?
6.
You're a winner.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Now, Julianne's still on Dancing with the Stars. I know that you guys consider it kind of like a family. Are you ever going to go back and do it again?
I'll never say never. I think Dancing with the Stars, you know, being on the show, I filmed over 350 episodes, 18 seasons, won it 6 times. It's extraordinary. It's amazing, and it's like my family. I have a great relationship with everybody over there, and continue to have a great relationship. But I'm very fortunate. I'm able to expand and extend my family, and to promote and move dance in another way. And so for me, being a fan of dance and being sort of an ambassador for dance, I want to be a part of of something that will cultivate new dancers and amazing performances as well. So
you're talking a little bit backstage about, So You Think You Can Dance and World of Dance. I personally love the summer because I love dance shows, so it's really exciting. But you see people from So You Think You Can Dance go on Dancing with the Stars, and then you are on this show. It's like a big circle. Do you find that every, dancers in LA or in New York tend to go on these shows and then end up kind of in the same bubble in a way?
Well, I think dancing, how can I say? Dancing is what's been amazing about dancing is that if I were to ask somebody on the street like what a paso doble was 10 years ago, would you know what that was? No, you guys are shaking your heads like, nope. You probably would have like ran away and be like, yeah. What's great is that dancing has become a star in its own right in the past decade. And to be a part of that revolution of dance has been extraordinary and very special. And that's why I love being a part of this show, because it's the next step. It's the next sort of revolution of dance. And I think America has been educated in such a wonderful way of dancing. And now, they can appreciate really great dancing now, which is amazing. It's not just like a niche thing where it used to be kind of like a niche like thing. And so it's exciting. It's exciting to hear them be like, oh, I loved Kinjas, and I love that pirouette they did, and that batma, or that flex floor, that pointed foot, because they understand it, and they love it, and they appreciate it, which I love that they do. So I love that. So thank you, America.
But this show, you have acts from all around the world, and they're competing to be the best. So what can we expect in the episodes coming up? Like, are we going to see like the Jabberwockies and stuff?
Yeah, you're going to see the Jabberwockies.
Yeah.
They're in there. You're going to see some amazing dancing. The energy. There's a group that it's like a salsa group, and like Cali, Colombia.
How big is the group?
It's miraculous. It's amazing. Like, I'm just like in awe of the footwork, and I consider myself to kind of, know a lot of different styles, and this is a style I hadn't trained in before, or seen before, and I was just like, my mouth was just on the floor, and they're throwing people in the air and landing upside down. There's definitely some injuries that we're gonna come across, which is unfortunate, but that's what is happening, and these guys are risking their lives, literally. I'm not just saying that like as a joke. If something goes wrong, there's broken necks to be had. Fortunately, no broken necks, so I'll just let you know that, But it's amazing what they're risking because of their passion and because they love to dance. And that's what's so great about dance too, is it comes from like such a special place. And you don't dance because you want to be rich, you don't dance because you want to be famous. You dance because you love it. But it's great to be able to have a show where we're actually going to be able to compensate for their passion. It's amazing.
So you guys judge, they have to get an 80 or higher to move on, is that correct?
Yep,
So after that, how many acts do you have? And then what do you guys do for the semifinals and finals?
It gets tough
Yeah.
because then they're battling each other one-on-one, and then we go to this cut where it's just like we lose like half the acts, and so it's actually kind of devastating because everybody's so good. So you're just like, okay, who is gonna go through? I don't know, and that's when because everybody's so good, you have to be really specific, and you really start to break everything down. And unfortunately, when there is a mistake, you have to call them out on it, and that's what breaks your heart.
It probably helps though that you have these categories that you could really hone in on and judge them based on these small things instead of just being like, that was a 10.
Well, definitely. I think. Well, that's the thing. I'm sure everybody can. Sometimes when you're watching a show and they judge it, you're like, well, how do they come to that score, or how do they arrive to that score? I don't get it. I don't see it. And what's great is that you're able to see how we arrive to the scores. And the competitors are as well. So afterwards, they can go, oh, interesting. Because at first glance, I look at something, I'm like, wow, that was incredible, that was amazing. I'm like out of my seat. And then when I go back to the scorecard, I'm like, actually, if I think about it now, it wasn't as clean as I would have liked it. So I'm gonna knock a point for that. The performance was amazing. You know what? The technique wasn't quite there. So you were able to really break it down and justify the score.
So looking back, you're now on a really... You're now on a really, really big show on network TV, which you've been on now for, another show too. But when you look back on how you got here, tell us about your path and how you ended up. Look at you. You're on poster boards and billboards all around New York City and LA. And
no, it's amazing. And like I said before, to be just a fan of dance and be part of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I didn't want to be a dancer when I was a kid. I did not want to be a dancer. I was kind of forced into it because I had 4 sisters, and I was like just dragged along. I was like, dancing's for girls. I'm gonna get bullied. I ended up loving it, falling in love with it, because there were girls in the studio. I was like, hey, okay, let's dance. I could go roll the grass outside with some guys, or I'll be in here dancing with you. Fantastic.
F you, bullies.
Yeah. So it was, it's interesting to see the path. And I moved to London and trained and traveled around the world competing. And then, of course, Dancing with the Stars came along, and it was just a huge success. And that was really where I really grew as a choreographer, because I wasn't a choreographer either. Like you don't like go to a choreography school or to a class to learn how to choreograph. You just start doing it, and you just learn, trial by fire, essentially. And so that's where I really sort of grew as a choreographer and learned. And there's an expression that I use that's, don't fake it till you make it, but fake it until you become it. Because if you fake something enough, eventually you'll start to actually become it. And that's kind of what happened with me, because I certainly wasn't a choreographer when I first went on that show. But I acted like I was. I was like, yeah, Argentine tango, I got you. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. But you learn, and you rise to the occasion. And that's why I always encourage people to do things that they feel like they're not ready for. Take that first step and take that big leap, because you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You have to start. You have to take that leap, take that step. And I'm fortunate enough to where I've taken those risks, and they've paid off. And even with this show, I think I encourage people to kind of step out of their comfort zones and to try new things. And for me, this is definitely stepping outside of something I've been a part of for 10 years. And I'm glad. I'm happy that I did it, and I'm very very proud to be a part of the show. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Speaking of starts, though, there's an anniversary coming up. It's the 20-year anniversary of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, snap.
And I found out that you were an extra in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the movie.
That's right.
Wait, you got to tell us all about that experience, because that's pretty cool.
Okay, so I'm Ravenclaw. And I actually, so hopefully I'm not going to get arrested, but I actually stole so we're in Pinewood Studios filming the first Harry Potter movie. And I'm like, what's this movie about? Wizards or something?
You get an extra role.
I went to a theater arts school in London. Okay. And so our whole school, we were like extras. And so we were there for like 2 months. I was in the Great Hall. I was a Ravenclaw. I had the tie, I had the scarf, had the robe, and the patch. And I stole it all. I was like, this is going to be worth something one day. I'm going to push this in here, which is really a big no-no. And I took the silverware from the Great Hall as well. I was I was a little thief, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know. But the bad news is karma got me. I don't know where any of it is. Yeah.
You should have that in like a relic somewhere in your
We
house.
moved, and then it just got lost. And I think, God was like, hey, you know what? You're a thief. You can't have this stuff. But it was cool. It was really cool. It was funny it's funny to see how those movies became such like an iconic thing in the world. And I was just in that first movie not knowing what I was doing. So
Yeah, how many days were you on set?
2 months.
2 months?
2 months, yeah.
What do you remember from that time? Do you remember like baby Daniel Radcliffe and baby Emma Watson?
Well,
who are now,
Julianne
like,
had a crush
superstars?
on him and gave him like a Valentine's with with a bear, and I think he like winked at her and she was like, "He loves me." But it was cool. We like saw the dark forest, and we saw like how they filmed all that and the rooftops, which weren't, they're just on the ground. It's really cool. It kind of ruined the movies for me a little bit because you kind of like saw the magic a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
Were you fans of the books before you got into the movie?
That's the thing is I didn't read the books before I did the movie, so I was like, what movie is this again? Like, what is? And so I was completely ignorant to the whole thing.
Well, that's cool. That's like a cool little fun fact about you and Julianne.
Well,
in
what's
Harry
funny about it
Potter.
too is that actually the scene that you actually can see me in the movie is I was walking past like a hallway and Hermione was walking this way. And so I was like, oh, she's in the shot. I'm definitely gonna be in the shot then. Okay, great. So I'm walking past and we did it like 20 takes because her suitcase kept tipping over. But every time I did it, I was like, just like I'm gonna get my face seen every time, 20 times that way. And if you look back at the freeze frame, there I am. I'm going like this.
Do you still get checks for that?
Nope. I don't think we got paid for that, to be honest with you.
Oh, hey, it's a good experience.
No, yeah.
Well, I do want to open it up to the audience because I don't want to hog the stage.
Yeah.
You know? Who's up?
Hi, quick question. What's it like transitioning from being a dancer and being in front of the bench, so to speak, as opposed to now being a judge and being behind the bench?
Well, it's a lot less work, I'll be honest with you. And that's where I have so much compassion for these dancers because they put so much into this. And I know that feeling of when you are about to walk on the stage, or when the worst part is when the music is about to start. That little silence where like you walk out there like, yeah, the audience is clapping, and then it goes just silence for a second, and then the music starts. That little gap is like, you need to go to the bathroom immediately. Like, you're just like, oh my gosh, please, music, just start. And then once it starts, you feel fine. You're in the zone, you're in the moment. So for me, it's a little less nerve-wracking, but it feels natural, feels good. It feels good, and I'm like I said, I'm a huge fan of dance, so I'm rooting for everybody. I want everybody to do amazing. I want everybody to do well, and I get excited. I'm like standing up. I'm whoa, yeah, like I'm here. So it's fun. I really enjoy it. It's really good.
Who's next?
Hi, I was just wondering, if you were back on Dancing with the Stars, who would you want to dance with?
You.
Yours.
Who would I want to dance with? I don't know. Who would you like to see me dance with?
Ooh, we gotta throw out some names.
I don't know. Who would I want to dance with?
Miley Cyrus or something. That'd be cool.
I don't know. Jenna. Yeah, man, she would be amazing. She would.
You guys would win.
She's amazing. I know, right? We just dance it up. No, she's phenomenal.
First night she comes out.
She's a killer.
Competition done.
She's a killer.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to.
J-Lo would be cool.
J-Lo would be all right
Yeah.
too. She'd be cool. She's got some moves.
She does.
I'll tell you a funny story about Jennifer as well. Actually, when we would judge, because I look at Jennifer and I'm like, she's like a unicorn, right? She's aging backwards. She's like, has the longest career. I mean, and there's a reason for that. She's an amazing hard worker and very talented. But I expect her to be eating stuff that's like unicorns eat, like magical food. But I look over there and she's like rocking a ham sandwich. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And like eating a pepperoni pizza. I'm like, dang, Jennifer, all right, she's a human, everybody. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Lopez.
And you're eating a kale salad, like.
Yeah, I'm like, how do I age backwards like you? Like, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know. I think Kate Hudson would be amazing to dance with. She's a great dancer, and I've danced with her before in the past.
Haven't you guys danced together?
We've danced together, so she's been amazing. Actually, another funny story real fast while we're thinking about dancing. Jennifer and I went salsa dancing, and we were all together, and we're dancing, and I grabbed her, and we're spinning her around, and I dipped her, and I stepped on her hair, and I pulled her back up by accident, and just like took a chunk out of her hair, and but she didn't skip a beat. She just kept dancing, and she's like, I didn't even skip a beat, babe. Like, she's like pulled her hair. I'm like, I'm sorry. Ooh. Not the coolest moment that I've ever had in my life. Definitely not.
But it proves she's down to earth.
She
And
just
chill.
She does.
She's Jenny from the
And
block.
she keeps going.
And
She
we
didn't let
got
us stop or slow her down at all.
one more. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Derek. I know you also got a chance to be on Broadway a little bit. I was wondering what that experience was like, and if that's something maybe you want to pursue a little more.
Yeah,
Great
definitely.
in Hairspray, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did the West End. I was in the West End in London for a couple years, in the lead role in Footloose actually, and so definitely I've been accustomed to doing live theater and doing 8 shows a week, and I think that's the experience. It's very hard. Live theater is probably, in my experience, one of the most hardest things to do, because it's day in, day out. Your voice has to be good. Your body has to be in shape. You have to be mentally focused constantly, and it's 8 shows a week with only 1 day off. So it's brutal, and so I have so much respect for people who do theater. And yes, Broadway definitely is something that I foresee in my future. Not sure what show that's going to be yet, but it's definitely in the future for sure.
Yeah. And you have the Move Live tour that you're currently on, right?
Yes.
Has anyone here been to Move Live?
Yeah, I've seen you ladies there.
Jealous.
Yeah, it's going
You're
great.
almost wrapping up, right?
We just did our 45th show last night in Oklahoma City, and we do 56 or 54, I think. So we usually have like 10 more.
That's hard, huh?
It's amazing, though.
Stamina.
It's incredible, and it's 2 hours of nonstop dancing. But it's a celebration of dance, it really is, and it's a rock concert for dance. So we have a good time, right? We had a good time there, huh? It's good times.
Well, thank you for bringing dance back into entertainment and on TV, because it's so great to watch, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.